Hey everybody and welcome to this week's video. It is about my Patreon channel and the website. We will shortly speak about them, and I will also want to tell you what to expect next week. So my name is Jeff H. Malum. I'm a newcomer author. You might have heard this in another video of mine, and today I want to introduce you first to my Patreon account. The Patreon account is called Jeff H. Malum. You can also find the link in the video description below. And this Patreon channel is quite new. It currently has 5 tiers, and I want to briefly explain to you what you can get out of supporting me. But before I start this, I want to emphasize how thankful I really am for each of every one of you, not just those who are supporting me on Patreon, but those who are currently watching this video, having subscribed to this channel, are constantly liking, commenting. Really, thank you very much. This whole writing stuff is my dream. So my big dream is actually, well, becoming an author who, well, maybe can actually do this as his job. So thank you, every one of you who is watching this is to some extent contributing towards this dream of mine becoming true. If you want to directly support me financially to make sure that I can still have such great covers like for the Backfire series and others, yeah, you can either buy my books on Amazon. The link is also in the description. They are available on every international Amazon web store as Kindle and printed versions in both German and English. But the most direct way of just supporting me is Patreon. And those of you who don't know Patreon is a website where you can directly support a creator and get something in return. And what and how much you get depends on how much you invest. There are different tiers. For me, it's 5 of different values, and yeah, the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. But of course, every tiny little support that goes with a monthly fee is like super supportive. And as I said before, even if you put like 50 cents into it, I am 100% and extremely thankful, because yeah, that's a really important big thing for me. Now, let me explain to you what you get out of it. If you go into it with the smallest tier, tier 1, it's called the Tiny Gold Nugget. You get the the Patreon exclusive newsletter. So I do have a website called jeffmalum.com where I constantly post updates and news to come, but this Patreon newsletter gives you these news before everybody else gets them, and even some exclusive news and information that not even anybody out there, anybody else might get. This is mostly about my books, but also about this YouTube channel and everything else. These release actually once per month, but it is paused as long as there is no Patreon. That is important to say, and this also counts for the next thing that you will see in the tier 2. Tier 2 is the so-called sneak peeker. And of course you also get the newsletter, and that is important. With every growing tier you always get all the bonuses that you get on all the tiers below. So you won't have well, a disadvantage if you put 25 euros a month in it than you would have for putting 5 into it or whatever. The sneak peeker, as I said before, also gets the newsletter, but it also gets a video, an exclusive video series called The Night Shift. This is a video series that I also post once a month, and in this video series, short videos, I speak more openly about ideas and drafts. You will also get access to drafts and work in progress chapters. So you will get previews that no one else sees before these books actually arrive. Or sometimes you might get ideas and drafts that might not ever see the daylight because they are, well, deleted. And there are actually some drafts that I present there way before I'm ready to present them in public. So yeah, this is my personal recommendation. Now, Tier 3 gives you a little more actual material. Not just these information sneak peek draft things, but the Tier 3 actually gives you the ebooks. So if you are a Patreon of Tier 3 to my channel, you get all my books whenever they come out. They will be sent to you as an ebook version. Sadly, I cannot provide the printed versions via Patreon, at least not at the current point of time. There are some things to it which don't allow that to me just yet, but perhaps if I have some Patreons over time, I might be able to provide these as well. But we'll see about that. Ebooks, however, definitely possible. Tier 3. Now we come to the higher tiers, but before I will present them, let me tell you about one more small advantage that you get if you are in either of these 3 tiers that I just presented. And that is a mention on jeffmalum.com and on YouTube. On jeffmalum.com there is a part on the right of the website that is constantly there no matter what you are reading on this page. And in this box your name will be included if you want. It can be either your real name or your username. You just have to tell me about that, and it will be in there as a special thank you, a public thank you. And all of these names will also be included at the end of every of my YouTube videos. You can add your own YouTube name if you want. I don't mind actually, so that's up to you. Public thank you, however you want to be thanked. Tier 4 and 5 will get a little bigger thank you because Tier 4 and 5 are a little more expensive than the first 3. They give you more advantages, but one advantage that they share is a big thank you in every of my upcoming releases. So as long as you are a Patreon subscriber to my tier 4 or tier 5 subscription services, you will be mentioned in all of the books. So if anybody buys this book in a store, like the printed book, your names will be in there with a special thanks to you. Public for everyone. If you want this, of course, this is not obligatory. If you don't want this, then they will, of course, not be added. I will ask you, all of you. But what else will you get from Tier 4? First of all, everything above. Newsletter, the night shift video series, drafts, work in progress, the ebooks, and the Q&A panel sessions. This is also an extra video format, more like a live stream, where you can ask questions also about upcoming releases and so on, and I will directly answer those questions. They can also be about specific contents of my books or YouTube videos, or about a certain character missing from the Backfire story or whatever. I will answer these in the Q&A panels. But if that is not, by the way, this is called The Fan. But if that is not enough interaction, just writing and I will answer them, there is even more interaction possible in Tier 5, The Founder. The Founder offers you once per month a one-on-one call, preferably over Discord, but other options are available as well. So you will get the opportunity to directly talk to me, ask me anything about books and so on, and I might tell you things that nobody except for you will know after that. I hope you won't leak it. However, this founder tier is very expensive. I have to say that this is on a huge monthly fee, and this is why it is called the founder. I think if someone actually enters this tier, and I think only 2 or 3 people are allowed to enter this tier, then I think you are not just trying to support me with a little and really want to know some things, no, but you really want to fund me. This is really more like a sponsoring almost. So 2 months of one person in there already gives me the opportunity to buy one whole new cover for a book, stuff like that. So yeah, this is like the ultimate, like I personally don't think anybody will ever go there, but if they will, you will have my eternal thanks, and I don't know, I can't imagine how I would react to that. So that is it about my homepage and my Patreon. And that is actually it about this video. I just want to briefly tell you, or tease, what you can expect from next week's video. Because next week my first lecture will go online. I told you before in a video called The Future of This Channel that I want to drop some knowledge, almost like on an academic level. I have already recorded it, I'm currently working on it, and I'm very excited to share that. So please, if you want to really do me a favor, check out next week's video, because this is going to be different, but it's gonna look similar to this. Also, Patreon, you know it, check out jeffmalum.com, check out my Amazon store, subscribe, leave a like, ring the bell, and comment everything you want to know and you think of right now in the comment section below. I will read and probably answer all the comments down there. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm Jeff H. Malum, and I am going to bed now. Bye. It's late.